Have you ever struggled to stay awake during a long sermon? You're not alone. Let us travel back in time to the ancient city of Troas and meet a young man who had the exact same problem. The story is in the book of Acts, chapter 20, and it's one you won't forget. Imagine this. The Apostle Paul is in town, and it's his last night before he sets sail. The believers are gathered together in the upper room. It's crowded, there are many lamps burning, and the air is probably getting a bit stuffy. Paul, filled with passion and knowing he might not see these friends again, preaches on, continuing his speech until midnight. Now, sitting in a window on the third floor is a young man named Eutychus. As Paul preaches, Eutychus starts getting drowsy. His head nods, he tries to fight it, but eventually he sinks into a deep sleep. And what happens next is every sleepy listener's worst nightmare. He loses his balance and tumbles out of the third-story window to the ground below. The people rush downstairs and their hearts sink. The Bible says he was taken up dead. Can you imagine the panic and sorrow that filled that room? Their night of fellowship had just turned into a terrible tragedy. The sermon was over, and a young life was lost, or was it? This is where the story takes an incredible turn. Paul goes down, and instead of panicking, he embraces the young man. The King James Version says he fell on him, and embracing him said, "Trouble not yourselves, for his life is in him." He speaks words of peace and assurance over a situation that seemed completely hopeless. And then, a miracle happens. Eutychus is alive. The people bring the young man back upstairs, not dead, but alive and well. The Bible tells us they were not a little comforted. I'll bet. What started as a tragedy ended in a breathtaking display of God's power. So, what can we learn from this sleepy listener? First, it's a powerful reminder of God's grace. Eutychus made a mistake, a deadly one, but he wasn't defined by it. God's power intervened and turned a moment of human weakness into a testimony of divine restoration. It shows that even when we fall, God is there to lift us up in ways we can't even imagine. Second, it reveals the heart of the Apostle Paul and the early church. They didn't judge or scold the young man for falling asleep. They were filled with grief when he fell and overwhelming joy when he was restored. Their first instinct was compassion. It's a beautiful picture of how a community of faith should care for one another, especially when someone stumbles. After all this incredible drama, what do you think they did? They went back upstairs, broke bread, ate, and Paul kept talking with them until daybreak. The miracle didn't just end the meeting, it revived it. It fueled their fellowship and gave them even more to talk about. The story of Eutychus is more than just a quirky tale about falling asleep in church. It's a profound story about life, death, and resurrection. It's about the power of God to bring life from death, the importance of compassionate community, and the amazing grace that covers our human frailty. So next time you feel a little drowsy, remember Eutychus, and remember the God who is powerful enough to wake us up in every sense of the word. Thanks for watching. If this story encouraged you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories of the Bible. See you next time.